it's Mac Midgley. I play soccer at the University of Tennessee, and this is the No Playbook podcast.
All right. Thank you so much for checking out the show. It's the podcast featuring the outstanding athletes, coaches, and experts from East Tennessee. Today, another great soccer player from the Lady Vols. Love having Tennessee soccer players on this podcast. I've had, at this point, like most of the team just about. Mac Midgley joins me on the show today to talk about her recruiting experience, some of her favorite sports memories just throughout her lifetime, and she shares one thing that very few people know about her. This podcast is sponsored by Stinnett Collision and Locoboro Tex-Mex Cantina and Tequila Bar located at Westtown Mall. I'll get to Mac Midgley right after this. Sit tight.
Hi, I'm Zach Stinnett, third-generation owner of Stinnett Collision. As a proud supporter of Tennessee athletics, we know that every game counts. When a collision puts you out of play, we're here to get you back in the game. Family owned since 1965, Stinnett Collision now has locations in Maryville and Sevierville. With double the space and a team of certified technicians, we'll tackle your repairs and get you back on the road in no time. Don't let a collision sideline you. Visit Stinnett Collision today.
Yeah, I'm not a huge football fan.
Yeah, the Vols losing last night to Arkansas, and I'm a lifelong Carolina Panthers fan, and they're the worst. And I'm in one of those moods where I'm like, it's a stupid thing. I waste my time. What am I doing?
Fair.
So how are things? What's a Sunday like for you? I guess kicking off fall break.
Yeah, well, usually we play on Sundays, but we have this Sunday off. So honestly, cleaning my room, a nice reset day. Yeah,
Yeah.
church tonight and rest.
Are you on campus?
I live off campus, like right off the river, right across as you go by the hospital.
Yeah. Where do you go to church?
Severe Heights. Do you know where that is?
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
it well. My brother-in-law and his family go there, so we've been there for a couple things with my niece.
Oh, nice. Yeah, every Sunday night they do this thing called the walk. So it's a message for college students. So it's really, really
Oh,
nice. And it's
great.
like really relatable. So we go.
Have you
Yeah.
been into Young Life too?
When I was little, I would do Young Life.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did that, and I dipped my toe in it in the college years as well, but then kind of
Not for
stopped. But
you?
I
Or
didn't
did you
I
like
didn't
it?
know if that. Well, I don't know. I was just I'm not smart enough to guide youngsters, so but it was a lot of fun, and I didn't know if
Yeah.
that was even still a thing kicking around.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's pretty popular, I think, still.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining the show. I guess first up, I just kind of want to hear about, this current season because you guys are playing really well. Am I right?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
That's great. You just got you got a 3 points. You got a win. Who is it? Alabama?
Missouri.
No, Missouri. That's right. Yeah, Missouri. So that's great. You guys, are you undefeated so far?
In SEC play, we're undefeated, yeah. But we've lost one game, our first game of the entire season, non-conference to Indiana.
That
Yeah.
stinks because first game of the season, people are still kind of getting their legs under them, and
Yeah. But it's okay. We got it. We decided we never want to do it again, and we haven't so far. So
so it's SEC championship or bust.
yeah.
Yeah, well, you got
Pretty
to be a part
much.
of a championship season recently, right?
What'd you say?
You got to be a part of a championship
Yeah.
season.
I think this year is our year, so I'm excited.
That's great. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
One of the questions I've got for later on, but I'll jump right to it. I like learning about the players on and off the field.
Yeah.
So who is a player that folks don't realize, like their personality on the field is so different from off?
Um, Skylar Miller. She's
Okay.
super like sweet and bubbly and this like cute girl and you wouldn't expect it. And then on the field, like she's pretty ferocious and she'll tug people down, she'll get angry and like hit the ground and it's just she plays very passionately and I appreciate that and it's fun. Yeah.
Those are always fun stories. There's a player named Mackenzie Smith, played at Chattanooga.
Uh-huh.
Now she's, I think, in Iceland. And anytime I spoke with her, just the sweetest young lady. And everybody's like on the field, she was a bear. And I think that's so funny when you find those stories out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but so what have been the things this season that you've seen that have really like kind of impressed you about even the team around you?
Yeah. I think this year is probably like the deepest team that I've been a part of. Like, seriously, there's so many people that can step up in any position. I think that like at practice, like it's very intense and like nobody's really satisfied. Like everybody's trying to earn a spot, which I think is like great and has definitely taken our team to the next level. So I would say we're pretty stacked, I would say. So definitely that. And then defensively, like last year we felt like we had a bit of like slip ups and we weren't like mentally turned on for all 90 minutes and a lot of goals we kind of felt like we gave to other teams. And so this year defensively we've done a lot better and I think we've been like super intentional with everything. So at training, that's definitely come out in games as well.
Is there anything that happens in the preseason or in any sort of training that specifically focuses on that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so usually we'll like train and then we split offense and defense. And so John Morgan takes the like back six defense. And he focuses mostly on that. Now, I'm in the attacking group, so I mean, I don't know exactly what goes on, but yeah, super intentional and very thoughtful with all their trainings, and it's really shown.
Yeah. Well, you guys obviously spend a lot of time with conditioning. I love the videos when you watch when you guys do the beep test.
Yeah.
Those are always great. Um, do you have a favorite
Yeah.
workout
The beep test.
in the
Everyone
gym?
dreads it, but I I actually love running on the treadmill. Like I could run forever. I think treadmill workouts are so fun. So I do like this one workout where it's you run a mile and then you do 10 seconds on at like 12.0, so sprinting, 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So you can't breathe. And then rest like if that's ever possible. But we don't really you condition all summer and then once you hit season it's more like rest, play game, kind of rest, play another game. So mostly preparing for games. So not as much conditioning.
There are a lot of like video, watching film that's a part of that.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of film. I'd say so every week you have individual film. So I'll meet with Becky who is like does like the attack. So she kind of runs the midfield and offense and like does film with everyone from there as well as Joe and all the coaches are involved. But have individual film with her and then probably twice a week we do team film and then we'll like split offense and defense and do film there. And then after like the night after every game, you probably watch the game back twice in a row. So a lot of film.
Oh, wow. Twice in a row after the game. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't go to bed if I don't. So
Right on. Well, now this year you're officially an upperclassman, I guess. Is there a more of a leadership role? Because you've been a real essential part of the team since, I mean, your freshman year. So are you able to kind of step in there as, in any sort of a captain role?
yeah, yeah. So there's three captains, Ali Zazera, Ali Brown, and me. And so us three, I think, balance very well.
Now all three have been on the podcast.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, so it's been nice. It's definitely great having them and we all get along and balance each other like super well. So that's been great. But yeah, it's nice being an upperclassman. I think everyone leads in a different way, which is the nice thing. We have a lot of leaders on the team and people who want to step up and want to make an impact and aren't really scared. And we want that environment to be, it doesn't matter what year you are, come on in. Whether you're transferring, you've been here for 2 months, or a freshman or a senior who's been here forever. So I don't think the year changes much, but I think the title changes a little bit. Definitely people kind of have to listen to you more, but
That's
yeah,
great. That's great. And so I do a lot with so the ECNL locally is FC Alliance,
yeah,
and they've got their little, what is it, WPSL 865 Alliance, and a
okay.
lot of the UT players are a part of that in the summer.
Like
So
coaching.
I'm well, no. I mean Lawson last year, and now
Oh, the
she's
summer team. Okay.
where is Lawson now? Georgetown.
Georgetown.
Um, but Liv Stott was a
Yeah.
big part of it. Kayla
Okay.
Barr, who's now at Memphis. Like so many of those players come to be a part of it. I'm the announcer for 865 Alliance. So getting
Huh.
to watch those folks is it's always fun getting to see their dynamic in the
Yeah.
summertime. Are you a part? I know you were big in ECNL up in Michigan. Do you get to be a part of any kind of summer league?
When I go home, I'll play for the Michigan Hawks, my old club. We have a summer team, called Flint City. So I play for them. And then here and there, it's kind of like show up to games. You can train, hop in with some Hawks teams and train, which is always great. But I train with Aaron Bird. He has a group that comes in. A lot of pro players from the NWSL come in and train. So and then like a lot of college girls from all over will come and live there for the summer and train. So it's great, a great environment and great training structure. So that's what I mostly do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where in Michigan are you from?
So I'm going to be basic and pull out the hand, but like right here,
All you
Wolverine.
Michiganders do that. It's a
Yeah.
thing.
Yes. Yeah. Um, so it's called Wolverine Lake. It's by like Novi, like 40 minutes north of Detroit.
Okay. So are you familiar with Grand Blanc?
Yes, I am. Yeah. I had a teammate from
Okay.
Grand Blanc.
It's a very small town, but that one of my college roommates is from there. We're still
Okay.
great friends, and that's probably the only place in Michigan I've ever visited. I've been there many times just to visit him and his family, but
Really?
that's the spot.
Only Grand Blanc. Wow, you're missing out.
No, that's it. That's the only place I live. I've been. And then I hear Dak Shepard talk about it on his podcast, but um, uh, I got to see that you were quite coveted, I guess, as a recruit. Number 12 midfielder nationally as a recruit, ECNL All Conference, invited to the USW national team. What to a camp for that? What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was nice to go and just see like how structured it was, but also like it's a job. It's like very serious. And so I think that environment kind of put like what it takes to get to the next level and how many great players are out there like doing that every single day and who you have to compete with. So it was awesome. It was really cool to wear the crest and yeah, it was awesome. It was a great experience.
Do you have visions of any level of pro soccer after college?
Yeah, I would love to play pro after college.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's great. I love to hear about that. So, one thing that this podcast we talk a lot about is whether you're a high school athlete or college athlete or pro. I like to hear those recruiting stories. Like, why did you pick where you ended up?
Yeah. So why did I pick Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it started off recruiting. So I actually started off getting recruited in like eighth grade, ninth grade before there was like a rule change. And then my freshman year of high school, they made the rule change. You had to wait to commit until summer going into your junior year. Like June 15th is the date that it all can start happening. So once I waited and then it kind of came up with like I visited a bunch of schools like freshman and sophomore year of high school and figured out I like a campus that's walkable and not too spread out. I always loved the South and just like how nice the weather is and people are so happy here and just the culture of the South is very nice compared to the North. Um, and then June 15th hit and Brian Penske, our old coach, reached out and got along great with him. Came down to visit and it was during COVID, so no official visits. Um, and I met with the girls, went around campus and it felt like home. I remember I was standing in the rain, um, right on the bridge where like you look out on campus and you can see like the football stadium. and it was downpouring and rain. And my mom tells the story to everyone. And we were walking around campus and I was holding the umbrella, me and her under it. I'm like, isn't it just so pretty? And my mom's like, yeah, it's great. Like mid-storm. But yeah, it felt right. And the culture here is great. I liked the style of play. I knew I could fit in. I'm not a big girl. I'm more technical than physical. And so I think I wanted a place that played soccer and wasn't just kick and run. Um, yeah, and then I came a semester early in high school. So that was really nice because I came in, got to meet the team and the coaches, got to be coached. And then when Brian left, I already had that structure and I got to really like understand what it meant to be a Lady Vol here. And so I knew it was right to stay. And so I'm really glad I came in early.
Right. Now, you mentioned you came early. Do you think that
Mhm.
is something like, would you recommend to, let's say if there's a freshman in high school listening right now, is that
Yeah.
something you would recommend making that happen if you can?
Yeah, if you're ready for it, I would 100% recommend it. I think it was great to just get like your freshman year, you come in and you have 2 weeks with the coaches before you start playing games. So it's really hard to adjust and get acclimated. Where if you come in a semester early, you have 4 months of intense training. You get to learn the structure, you get to learn movements, you get to be coached, and you really get to see what you need to provide and what you need to grow and work on. So I think a lot of things play into it though, like are you ready to leave your family and friends? Are you ready physically and mentally for the soccer and everything that's going to come with it and school and all that? So a lot of things go into it, but if you are debating, I would 100% recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned if you're ready for the soccer level, like
Mm.
the next level, what is your thing? Is there something that you feel like you need to work on? Like what is your weakness, I guess, right now?
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Um, Yeah, there's quite a few things I want to work on. I think so coming in, I was a very attacking minded and I just wasn't great on defense. So since freshman year, that's something I've had to improve a lot on. I think my biggest weakness, obviously, it kind of comes with my size, but like winning 50-50 battles and like aerial duels. So I think right now what I've been trying to work on is winning the second ball and like my positioning and making sure I'm winning space first and all of that. So that's one of the things I'm working on, but I'm working on a lot if you want me to keep going.
Well, so as a 5'1" individual, is that
Yeah.
number accurate?
Yeah, 5'1", 5'2".
So is there a I do the same. I'm like 5'8", 5'9", same thing. Is there something that you like how do you approach a 50-50 ball? Do you just kind of concede it to the other player and try to get it off of
No.
their or what?
Well, you go in first. I like to like go side on so you can take space. You can push them backwards or forwards. So take the space first. Jump early so you win the space first. And yeah, it's really kind of all about timing. Sometimes, probably this is bad to say, sometimes if you step on their feet, they can't jump. So that helps too.
Yeah. I was very undersized in soccer
Yeah.
and I learned some stuff, but it turned out like I feel looking back, I'm like, I feel like I was dirty. Like some of the things you gotta do to compete for some of those balls. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
How about your
exactly.
biggest strength?
Oh, I would say my biggest strength is probably like my final delivery, and like the final ball. I like to get on the dribble and put balls behind back lines and into seams for our forwards and other players. So I would say that's my strength.
Excellent. So are
Yeah.
you like are you the person that sends in like a set piece often?
I take some set pieces, yeah, some plays.
Cool.
Yeah.
Uh, what's something very few people know about you?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a bit of an open book, if I'm being honest. Um,
Like a hidden talent or something?
oh, I can wake surf behind a boat. Yeah,
Cool.
I've gotten a 360 on it. I like to do it a lot in the summer. So I've always grown up on the lake. So my family is a big boat. family. So we
A
like to
lot of
surf.
lakes up there.
Yeah, gotten on my brother's shoulders, do some tricks. My parents can both water ski, drop the skis, so it's pretty fun.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
Lot nicer lakes up there too.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I came down and people were like, "Oh, you want to swim in the river?" And I'm like, "No, it's brown. No, thank you."
Yeah, no, thank you. And now we know there's several football goalposts.
Yeah,
Last night Vanderbilt went through one, and
that's crazy. That was a crazy upset.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I guess that sort of made me feel better about Tennessee losing to Arkansas.
yeah.
At
I
least
think there's
Alabama
only
lost.
one team, Texas, right? That hasn't lost in the SEC. Everyone else,
Yeah, yeah. Ohio State hasn't lost. Miami hasn't lost as of the time of the recording of this. So yeah, I think
we'll
that's
see.
it. um, Now, one unforgettable sports memory for you, and sometimes people have even as a spectator.
I think I'll always remember, just like probably a lot of people on campus, is us beating Alabama. And we don't get to go to many football games, but we got to go to that game. And we rushed the field after. It was so fun. And yeah, it was awesome. It was probably one of my like best sports memories as a spectator here at Tennessee.
But probably last night, some of those Vanderbilt players are going to have that same memory.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So both my brothers live in Nashville, and they were like, it was crazy last night. Everyone, you could hear it. Like downtown was nuts. So I bet there were great memories made for them.
Are your brothers soccer players as well?
No, no. They played football, lacrosse, the middle child. So my older brother Drake, he played soccer, but in high school. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Now, I've done this with the other soccer players that I've had on the show.
Okay.
So I'll run through just a couple things real quick. First thought,
Okay.
funniest on the team.
Okay. I'm gonna go. We have a few characters, I'm gonna say. Keaton Mitchell, Ali Zazera, Luch, and Caden.
Okay. Got it. I had Allie on not long ago, and I feel I might be wrong, but I feel like she was like giving herself props. She's like, I'm pretty hilarious.
She's funny. I'll give it to her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could tell that. Um, who could talk their way out of a speeding ticket? And I've gotten you as an answer for this, by the way.
Really?
Yeah,
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I'd go Devin Davis.
right on. And so I've already asked you about who has a completely different personality on the field
Yes.
from off the field. What about who's gonna have the longest playing career?
It's a tough one because I think a lot of us want to play after college. Um, I think Sarah Bridenstine is like beyond fit. I think her body could handle it forever. So I'd go her, and then obviously Jada's been here for 6 years and wants to continue playing, so probably Jada as well.
I was gonna ask, is Jada gonna ever leave Tennessee?
Yeah, unfortunately after this year. Yeah.
Has she finally reached the record though for goals?
I think she's two away, but she has 40
Okay.
goals with her goal that she just scored in her past game. So
Yeah, so she's
close.
she's right there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Excellent. Um, and who would you least want to date one of your brothers?
Probably Kate Runyon. Kate, if you're
Okay.
hearing this, I love you. But
But
I would
stay
want to
away.
date my brothers.
Who's going to be famous for something other than soccer? How about that?
Ooh, that's a good one. Um, I feel like Nolan or Leah could both be like influencers and could be famous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Mac, thank you so much for
Thank
coming on the
you.
show. I really appreciate it. Best of luck the
Thank
rest of the
you. How
season.
did you
And
get this started, this podcast, if you don't mind me
well,
asking?
yeah. Well, I actually had a long career in radio,
Okay.
and I left as a radio personality when I realized it wasn't really a very grown up job. You're either like wildly overpaid or wildly underpaid.
Okay.
And I was on the latter. Um, and I've just been doing marketing jobs since then, but I really miss producing a show. So then I started doing some marketing jobs for Dick's Sporting Goods and D1
Okay.
Training. Um, and I was like, you know what? I see a kind of hole. I found like a hole in the podcast and broadcasting space for people that are like I originally started, you didn't ask all this, but I was like, I'm gonna have like NFL players and Major League Baseball players. And it's gonna be, and
Yeah.
I had several, and it was funny that like those episodes didn't really pop the way I thought they would. I thought Joshua Dobbs on the show, I've had him several times, would be amazing.
Yeah.
And people are like, yeah, we can hear him anytime. So, but randomly, like the quarterback from Catholic, I can have that episode and it can get like 2,500 downloads.
Wow.
I can have a swimmer from Tennessee. These athletes that aren't as uh celebrated traditionally as
Yeah.
those others. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you want to hear Nico Iamaliava, you can hear him anywhere.
Yeah.
But an outstanding soccer player for the Lady Vols isn't getting as much kind of broadcast support. Same
Yeah.
thing for whether it be a high school athlete or I mean going to the Olympics. I had a guy that went to UT, but he's swimming in the Olympics for Brazil,
Yeah.
Kaiki Moda. And those episodes are kind of like a cool. I found them as sort of like a hole in the I don't know, in the space media wise. So I was like, I'm gonna try this. So I've done it and done it for almost 2 years now. I've got over 100 episodes, but just pushing these out, and they're really I just ask people to come on that I'm interested in hearing their story. So it's
Good.
it's done well, and all of them have one tying factor is everybody has some recruiting story to share.
Yeah.
So I think that's something interesting. But yeah, I've just been kind of piecing them together as I go. Are you interested in
I
podcasting or
am. Yeah.
broadcasting, anything like that?
Yeah. So I actually graduate after this spring. So my senior year next year, trying to figure out what I'm going to do my master's in. So I think I'm doing broadcasting actually.
What
So
was your
yeah,
major?
business marketing.
Excellent.
Hmm.
I've come to speak at the Anderson Center for Entrepreneurship
Yeah.
in just about marketing opportunities and how to push stuff out. And also they have a class that's like intro to NIL.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got
I
I got
did
to be
that.
a cool part of that. Were you in the class that I spoke at?
I was in the first class they ever had, so it was like 2 years ago. Did
So
you come and interview us? Was
no,
that
no, no. I
you?
came to speak, and that's when I was with Dick's House of Sport.
Oh yeah, I actually think you did, but we were gone that day for soccer.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
But
Dick's House of Sports did, so that probably was you.
yep, that was probably me. So and then I was at D1 now. So I'm the marketing director for nine a company that owns 9 restaurants in East Tennessee.
Oh wow,
So
you do a lot.
yeah, so just kind of finding, I mean, it's funny. It's like, I saw myself as like a media guy, and it's kind of, people have kind of shown me along the way, you got to be flexible, but like, no, I'm a marketing guy. So that's
Yeah,
kind of what my career has pushed into.
interesting. Oh, well, if you ever have summer internships, let me know, please. I would be interested.
Cool. And I do,
Yeah.
I do love talking to folks, whether it be just about marketing stuff or, anything broadcasting and podcasting. That's just kind of my passion. Did I lose you?
Hello?
Oh, hey, so sorry. Hey,
Sorry, that
sorry.
could be my Wi-Fi.
At least it
Here,
died at the very end. So
True, we got the good stuff in.
yeah. Well, yeah, we'll stay in touch, and
Awesome. Well, thank you.
but on an NIL level, with some of these restaurants, like there's some down, we've got two downtown, and one of them is at the mall, Locoboro. But I'd love to get some Lady Vol soccer players in there and just, enjoy a meal and just
Wait, we would
talk about it.
totally do that.
That would be
If
great.
you have
I'd love
any
that.
NIL deals for the team, send them. We could totally organize like a dinner or something. We all post something like
Right
that.
on. That would be
Yeah.
excellent. I'd love that. Let's set that up.
Okay. Awesome. I'm
Cool.
serious. Send me info.
Oh, sure will. Thanks, Mac.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Okay. You too. Bye.
Go Balls.